Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate it. To those that don't, I hope you still had an awesome weekend. I'm just over here giving you a quick tutorial video on what the best way is, or in my opinion at least, the best way to starting cities and on console. So on PC, I know you have mods that can give you more money and stuff like that, but on console we don't. We only have the 70,000. And I know there's plenty of videos out there describing it, but I thought I can just give you guys another option. If you like it, great. If not, then that's okay too. So what I like to do first is I check out the entire map, kind of see where I want to go. If I really like doing my city in a more natural manner, so having a downtown area more in the center towards the map. So if I know that I want this area to be my downtown area, then I know I'm gonna kind of expand outwards, left, right, down, center, and so on. And I want that square to be the dead middle of it so that the city kind of grows outwards more nicely. What I also do is in the beginning is check out where the natural resources are, and then you can kind of see which way you want to go. So there's some ore over there if I'd want to expand that way soon. Some fertile land out there behind us. Not too much on this map it seems like, but that's okay. So there's one very important step to start off with, and that is pause your game. Please pause your game, because the second you construct roads, it will take a road maintenance fee, and that will already drain your money. So in order to make the most out of that 70,000 that you have in your little bank account, make sure you pause the game. So there's several ways of starting off. Personally, I like to use roundabouts right off the bat. Or what I also like to do is just taking a little road right here, which is what I'm going to do for this one. And if you like to do American style towns with lots of highway connections, you can just extend this out a little bit further and say this is your roundabout. You don't even have to wait, because you can upgrade these to one ways right away. So just so we know, this is the return lane. Okay, perfect. So now we got the beginning started. So if you want to plan out a little bit, you can kind of plan out your highway route so that way you can keep that area kind of clear so that you don't have to destroy any buildings. So let's say that tip right there of this landmass could be the very end of the highway, or we could extend it and just have it loop all around the area over here. Create kind of a looping highway like the Chicago loop or whatever you want. But for tutorial purposes, we're just going to say this is just going to be a straight highway. And let's just expand this a wee bit further, nothing major. And then for starting purposes, you could start off with doing a bridge right away, but since you want to make the most of your money, if you just did this really quick, and traffic is not too bad yet, which it shouldn't be really, so this would be enough. Later on, you would want to upgrade this either to an elevated road, or you can elevate the highway up. But for now, this will do the trick for us. This area might be a little bit crowded, but that is okay. Then you can do roundabouts off whichever way. So I didn't want to go far at all so that the road maintenance fee stays low. But as you can see, we still have money. Our expenses are still at zero. And that is the way it's supposed to be. Now you can kind of decide which way you want to go in the beginning. I like having residential and commercial on one side and having industrial zones on another. And this is actually a really neat map over here. They have a train connection right here. So let's just say we'll do the industrial zone over here. And I like to go in right here with a one-way. That way you wouldn't add a traffic light over here. So let's just do something very simple right here. This might be too steep, but if you go far enough, it's not. There we go. I actually really like this map. Maybe I'll do my next Let's Play on here. If you're wondering what map this is just the Pine Rivers, I think, from the Park Life DLC. And then you can just continue this on. There you go. Here you got your industrial zone, something very simple. Starting electricity, I always feel like the windmills are enough in the beginning. So you got 8 over here. You got 7 as well. So let's continue building a little bit before we place those down. So you can still make your city kind of cute even though you don't have that much money. So that is also very possible. This might look a little bit odd over here with that hill, but that's okay. I think it looks just fine. So we got the basic layout. Let's grab our water pump right here, and we'll dump the sewage right there. We can kind of try to put these as close together as possible so we spend the least amount of money on the pipe job. And what would be really nice if there is a high wind over here, but there is not. So we might just go over here. I'd like to go over here. Let's just do that. Let's just place one here and one there. The problem with that is now you lose some money going this way to connect your industrial zone, but it is what it is. You have to do this. Now, another important step is make sure that you only zone these areas right here. That way, these are the first areas that will be used for the electricity, that will be used to build stuff on. So if you would have done this right here, for example, then you would have had a couple of buildings without power. Then you need to grab this again and put some power over there. By doing that, you can use these buildings as conductor, and then you can easily zone this half first, as it will conduct some electricity. And just for beautification purposes, let's just go in a straight line right here. And let's put our residential zone right where the trees are, just so it looks a little bit cuter. And then we'll do the commercial area somewhere over here. This isn't the prettiest roundabout ever, but that's okay. Alright. So now we have our residential zone. We'll just do something very simple, as we are trying to make a profit over here. So let's just go right here. Oh, yeah, okay, so there is not enough space over there, but we can just go right. I don't think it wants to do that. So let's grab this real quick. There we go. Now we can put houses left and right. Out of similar city limits. Have this go. You can actually curve this. Actually, no. Let's not curve it, because we are trying to go for maximum amount of residents right here. So we'll curve this up right there. Don't judge this, please. This isn't the prettiest road I've ever created in city. Just for tutorial purposes, and then we can have, I don't know, something like this over here. As you can see, this road is pretty expensive. So whenever you don't need something, just get rid of it. And that way you can get at least a refund for it. Same thing with the commercial zone. Just to start off with, we'll just go with a very basic shape right here. Nothing pretty, nothing breathtaking. Now we need the angles again, just to make it all line up nicely. Okay, and now we still have 24,000, which is really a good amount. We still need to move the electricity over here, so same thing with the residential zone. and that is you want to zone these things first. These two squares can be the only squares that can be moved into in the beginning. So if you would do this right here, or like something over here, then people, so if you would do this, basically people might start moving in over here, and then it would take the electricity a while until it gets here. So by getting rid of this and zoning this area only, you are forcing your residents to move into these two houses first, and then later on you can freely zone very easily. Same thing for the commercial zone right here. So let's just tell this area right here can only build. Now we should be pretty much done. Let's do the pipe job really quick. Try to stay as efficient as possible. Perfect. And we will just do the complete necessary in the beginning. And go right up here. Perfect. Okay, so now as you can see, we did all this. We got 15,000 still in the bank. Now we can do some beautification, as we know that we did a fairly decent job and things should go pretty smoothly. So now we can ensure that the on-ramp and off-ramp have a little bit more space. And change this up over here. There won't be a traffic light right there. There won't be a traffic light over here either. We got water. We got power. These things don't have power, so good thing we caught that. So let's just do this real quick. This is a pricey one. Usually I don't like to go this high, but that's okay. And with this concept, you are pretty much guaranteed to do very well in the beginning, and you will make profit very soon. So whenever you build a new road, make sure you follow that up with a pipe job right away, just so you can actually use it as well. So over here we actually did pretty well with that pipe job. Do the bare minimum, and then we can add another neighborhood over here, and now you can have some wiggle room if you're not trying to go for ultimate profit, and just have a little bit more fun with how you want to build this area. So right here I'm just kind of following the shape of the mountain, or that little hill. Kind of tried to create a more natural curve over here. I think it worked out pretty well. And gotta make sure that these guys, once they move in, have power. We'll probably have enough money by the time those guys move in. And then over here you can just kind of, at least for our purposes, we can just kind of leave an open area with the nice trees and stuff. And we'll just do a little bit of an S-bend right here. This is the prettier part. That's a little bit more fun when you can, when you have a little bit more money to play around with. Connect this up with water. It actually already is. Perfect. So right now we are pretty much done with everything. Let's double check everything again. That's what you always want to do before you hit play, because if you don't, you can always go back and get a refund for a couple of roads that you built, so that's no problem at all. So let's double check pipe jobs. These things are hooked up to one another. They are connected to all of the roads and zones. So just over here, so that we can place the industry well. And let's check power. These things should turn on very soon. You guys can be connected. You guys will be connected here, and you will be connected right here. Still got 1,000 to play with. 2,000. Let's see where the water is. There's no water over here once we zone that. 1166. So as you can see, I'm just gonna hit play, and yeah, that should be that. Things should go pretty smoothly now. Right away, people moved into those designated houses that we told them to. So thanks guys for following instructions, and now we can expand this area. This is a really cool map actually. I never played on here, but I'm a fan. So let's just leave an empty spot right here for the pedestrian zone that will come in the future. And let's zone on the main street, whatever. We won't zone that close to the roundabout. Did we have, yep, so the industrial sector built, and as you can see, now we are officially in the negative. But that is okay, we won't be in the negative for very long, I guarantee you that. Just let the game run out, start zoning off. Soon enough you'll see your first shop pop up, and then you can zone this square or the one across from him. But as you can see, residents are coming in quite fast, so you've got to make sure you can keep up with the demand. Got more industrial zones moving in. But it's pretty smooth sailing from here on out. You just kind of got to wait and let the time run out. Our first shop should show up any second now, I think. The demand for commercial down there is rising a lot. And we are getting close to our milestone. Not really. We're not really getting close. But our industrial sector is booming. So that's always good. Expand this a little bit, and here we have our first shop. Perfect. And just again, you kind of want to guide these, because I didn't want to add a square right here or fill it all in, because then I might get a shop in this corner and then they would complain about electricity, and we'd have to worry about that later on, and how we need get power over there, and you'd see that annoying full red flashing light. And just to avoid all of that, you just zone them right next to each other, and it shouldn't take very long. Yeah, I hope our tornado doesn't hit either. It shouldn't take very long until we get back to the positive here. I was kind of just watching the cars move in here. Stop signs. I love doing these, even though I hate them in real life, but I love doing them just for the realism. Makes it seem more legit, more realistic, and it's something to do while we wait for all these people to move in. Negative 400 now. And here we are, after waiting a little bit longer. We are now officially making money. We're almost at 500 people, and we're already at plus 300. We made a little bit of a mistake. Not all of these buildings are getting water, but that's no problem anymore at all, because we have reached the little hamlet. We can now expand the pipe network over here and make sure that all these guys are getting water. Wasted a little bit of money, but that's okay. Now next thing, what I like to do is right away get the trash going and get the education going first, just because usually you don't have problem with sick people in the beginning unless you messed up your water supply. So unless you did that, you can skip that for a little while longer and just get the education going as soon as you can, really. Anyways, that'll be that for this video. Hope you guys learned something. I'm actually going to add a poll and see if you guys want me to use this in my next Let's Play series. Just because I'm actually kind of thinking about it already. Just because over here we'll have more space and we can do cool highway interchanges, and there's a lot you can do with that map. On that island map we were a little bit limited because of the space. So this will give me and give us just more place to play around with. A bigger area. So hope you guys liked the episode. Hope you learned something. Drop some comments if you have any tips. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for more and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching once again. Have a good one. Bye bye. If you're still watching, congratulations. You now get a bonus tip, which is check out the cash flow in the bottom, guys. I actually just forgot to mention this, but we are making $1,000, almost $2,000 right off the bat, and you can do this just by smashing the tax rates up to 15% in the beginning, and as you can see, nobody is complaining at all. Everybody's happy. There's still huge demand for housing, so as soon as you get a chance, smash those tax rates up high just to help your city and your cash flow a little bit more. And then once people start complaining, I like to just go down by 1% each time they complain until you get settled at 12%. So drop a like for that little bonus content. I hope it helps you guys. And I will see you guys in the next episode, probably on our little island nation of Tokekai. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.